Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and taking care of your health properly. So, today we'll start lecture 4 of chapter 1, A Letter to God, from the book First Flight. So, come on, let's continue. Till now, we read that Lancho wrote his first letter to God. In this letter, he told God that if he will not help him, his entire family would go hungry that year. He then asked him to send 100 pesos to sow his field again and to live on it till the next harvest. To make sure that his letter reached God, Lancho carried it himself to the town. He addressed the envelope to God, put the letter inside it, and placed a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. Now read and know what happens next in the story. One of the employees, who was a postman and also helped at the post office, went to his boss laughing heartily and showed him the letter to God. Never in his career as a postman had he known that address. The postmaster, a fat, amiable fellow, also broke out laughing. But almost immediately he turned serious and, tapping the letter on his desk, commented, "What faith! I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter, starting up a correspondence with God." Now, in this paragraph, we came to know that the postmaster and his employees, they were shocked to see Lancho's letter addressed to God. They found it very amusing and started to laugh. They found it very amusing and started to laugh heartily after reading it. However, the postmaster immediately got serious and admired the man's unflinching faith in God. The idea of starting a correspondence with God fascinated him. He was just in such an opinion that he must keep that man's faith. So, in order not to shake the writer's faith in God, the postmaster came up with an idea. Because the postmaster was a kind-hearted man, so he wanted to help the writer's faith. Who is the writer? The writer refers to the writer of that letter to God. It means the writer was Lancho, who wrote letter to God. The postmaster came up with an idea. Answer the letter. But when he opened it, it was evident that to answer it, he needed something more than goodwill, ink, and paper. Do you know what he required? Yes, he required 100 pesos. But he stuck to his resolution, to his decision. He decided that he was to help Lancho. He asked for money from his employees. He himself gave part of his salary, and several friends of his were obliged to give something for an art of charity. Means everybody was ready to help the postmaster. After reading Lancho's letter, the kind hearted postmaster understood that to answer it, he needed money. And to fulfill this resolve, he collected money from his friends and contributed a part of his salary as well to be sent to Lancho on God's behalf. Because it was impossible for him to gather together the 100 pesos. So he was able to send the farmer only a little more than half. And he put the money in an envelope addressed to the Lancho, and with it a letter containing only a single word as a signature: God. This was the kind heartedness. Now, students, let's come back to some questions. Be ready to answer these questions. I hope you have understood the chapter. And now the questions are: who or what did Lancho have faith in? So, I hope your answer is Lancho had deep faith in God, in the presence of Almighty. He had deep belief that surely in that critical stage, God, the Almighty, would surely help him. When he wrote the letter, who read the letter? Who read the letter? Yes, the answer is the postmaster and his employees. They all read the letter, and first of all, they all laugh heartily. And after that, the postmaster becomes serious and realized the problem of the writer. What did the postmaster do then? Yes, the answer is the postmaster decided to help Lancho. He decided to help that man who has immense faith in God. So he decided to collect money to help that man, to help that writer. So this was lecture 4. We'll meet soon and lecture 5 of chapter 1. Thank you.